Willis Channel comentando, informando sobre un terremoto que pasó en Japón. Aquí, como
We
pueden
begin
ver
with
la
breaking news out
información.
of Japan, where the coast of the country is bracing for tsunamis following a series of powerful earthquakes, including one with a magnitude 7.6 centered on Ishikawa Prefecture.
7.6 de magnitud el terremoto que pasó en Japón.
You can see here a massive fire that broke out in Wajima City as a result of the quake.
Ahí
The
son
city's fire department
incendios
reports
y
that dozens of buildings have
hay una
collapsed.
alerta
Residents have been
de
warned to prepare for additional
tsunami
aftershocks. There's been no
en
word yet
Japón.
on overall casualties. For more on this, we're joined now by Albert Della Tella. So, Albert, what can you tell us about this developing situation?
Hillary, that series of strong earthquakes along Japan's western coast has led officials to order tsunami alerts and evacuations. The country's meteorological agency is reporting dozens of quakes off the coast of Ishikawa and nearby prefectures that hit just after 4 p.m. local time, and one had an estimated magnitude of 7.6. You can see that map right there where tsunami warnings and advisories are in effect. The tsunami warning for Ishikawa has since been downgraded to a tsunami warning. You can see the warning area there in red. Nearby prefectures along the coast are also under warnings, with the rest of the coast under advisories, and North and South Korea also issued tsunami warnings. A government spokesperson warned people in coastal areas to move to higher ground following the earthquakes. You can see right there the shaking video there. The meteorological agency says tsunamis are still being recorded and urges people to remain evacuated and safe. Video of the initial quakes you can see there just gives you an idea of their strength. Dozens of earthquakes have rocked the area since the afternoon. One snowboarding tourist from Shanghai describes his experience when the shaking started from his location in Nagano, southeast of the epicenter.
Pretty massive, if you ask me. So the whole room was shaking, the TV was shaking. I had to keep everything on the table. My friends were outside, still outside. So my first
2024
instinct was
comenzando
also
con
just
un
to text
terremoto
them,
en
see if
Japón y
they're okay.
alerta de tsunami.
Definitely, I was asking about the avalanches, and I think I didn't receive any notifications of that. So I think it should be fine. But definitely, it is quite scary.
In Wajima City, the fire department there reports that at least 30 reports of collapsed buildings. There also is a concern that people could still be inside, possibly unconscious. Hospitals have received injured people, but at last update, they were running on backup generators, and damaged roads, you can see one of them there, make it difficult for people to even get to hospitals. A bit of relief here, though, when it comes to the nuclear power plants in the area. The government says no irregularities have been detected since the earthquakes back in 2011. Of course, the major earthquake then left the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant badly damaged and leaking radiation. As of now, there aren't clear numbers on how many people could be injured here. There also have been reports on the number of if there are any deaths. But as I said, there is concern about who could be in those collapsed homes and structures.
Albert, as we wait for word on possible casualties here, what can people who are in the area, what can they expect in the days ahead?
Yeah, so one professor from the University of Tokyo, Professor Emeritus, he told the public broadcaster NHK that strong tremors may continue in the days ahead. That could pose risks to buildings that haven't collapsed in those initial earthquakes. He says the area has seen an increase in seismic activity since around late 2020. So that could mean the possibility, he says, of another strong earthquake or earthquakes and a strong tsunami or tsunamis that could follow as well, Hillary.
Okay, Albert, thank you for this. Albert Della Tella for us.
Powerful earthquake in Japan. At least several people killed, tens of thousands without electricity, and now in the bitter cold. The magnitude 7.5 quake hitting just hours into the new year. Homes collapsing in clouds of dust. The largest quake to hit this part of Japan in nearly 140 years. Here's ABC's Maggie Ruley.
Tonight, Japan is on alert after a powerful 7.5 magnitude earthquake rocked the country, triggering fears of tsunamis along the coast. This video, taken inside a convenience store in Nagano, showing items on shelves shaking violently. customers inside rushing out to safety. Cell phone video taken from inside the store showing the panic and chaos. Customers running for cover. The powerful tremors rocking this home near the epicenter. You can hear a child crying in terror.
It just started very slowly. Then it was just a violent shake.
The series of quakes cutting through roads, triggering landslides and reducing dozens of homes to rubble. Bullet trains in the region
Increíble,
suspended.
señores,
Flights
cómo
in and out of the
comenzamos
nearest
el
airport
año. Es
canceled.
una,
Along the coast, thousands of buildings have lost power,
por decirlo,
including
es
hospitals.
no
This footage showing utility
nuestra
poles and electrical
decisión
wires
tomar
swaying, threatening to come crashing
un
down.
camino correcto
4
de este
p.m.
año,
Monday,
pero
the quake hitting the
no se
Noto
puede hacer
Peninsula
nada
along
con
the Sea
la
of Japan,
naturaleza,
the most
señores.
powerful in the region since records began
Es
in
lo que es.
1885. Officials immediately issuing a major tsunami warning, fearing waves could be 16 feet high. Tens of thousands along the coast forced to evacuate to higher ground. At least 4 people have died. Now, the race to rescue survivors is underway.
Todo lo que
Thousands of
pasa en
military
Japón.
personnel
Bueno,
on
señores,
standby for fears
informa
people could be trapped.
Willis Channel.
And Mary, no major
Informa.
tsunamis have been reported, and
Suscríbanse
authorities
a
have
mi canal
downgraded
para
the
más
warning. But
videos así
already
como
more than
este.
100 aftershocks have been reported, and the fear is that more are expected. Mary?
That certainly is the fear. Maggie, thank you.